Time to stitch it, my friend. Sorry, here's part two. I was going to go into the video of the proof of the, not proof, nothing's provable. Anytime somebody says, I got proof, you married, the proof is proof in the pudding. Everything here is a lie, so you kidding me. So anyway, sorry to fight this cold. Anyway, so here's the reason I go for the Earth being round model, because right here, you'll notice that it creates a teardrop. You'll see some of these, even there's actually some live ones I think you can do, where it shows a teardrop where the solar winds are hitting the Earth. If the Earth was like a brick or flat, it'd be hitting the whole surface at the same time. There wouldn't be a teardrop effect going around the Earth. And these are actually measurable. I think they measure, like right now, like we're away from the sun, so we're being protected or hidden from the solar winds of the sun. But then they said, well, the sun isn't there, and it causes the solar winds to be there. No, because even that, you'd be, if the sun was just completely gone and out there, we wouldn't be getting this swing around the Earth. And, you have to picture, like let's say the show, see how, I don't know if it does it, but anyway, you'll have a teardrop effect. Let's see. I need this thing. Sorry, I'm trying to get my thing here. We're going to show you. Oh, there it is. So it wraps around here like this. There's a brick. You just hit it, and there wouldn't be us on the other side getting this teardrop wrapping around the circular thing. I mean, it looks like a teardrop. You see it, right? What I think. So right there, kind of. See there, that teardrop. Look, boom.
Some of it gets trapped in the magnetosphere and funnels back toward Earth along field lines emanating from the poles. As charged particles from the sun,
well, that's slightly different than what I saw, but anyway, where it gets ejected back, I don't know about that. I think it sounds crazier there, but so, I mean, I could be wrong on this, but you know what, I'm going to show you, like, draw a model. When you see this, there's different models showing the Earth here, and the solar winds here, and I think it's like real data. The data shows this, but it's injecting back here. But then again, if you had a brick, would it be ejecting back around the brick? I mean, I don't know. So anyway, I mean, I don't really, like I said, I don't want to get too deep in this. I don't really care. But my thought is that this probably is round, and there's rotation, because even we see other planets that rotating around. Even Jupiter has a rotation. So it'd be kind of weird that the Earth would be fixed and flat, like a brick, and then all of a sudden the planets around us round. Now, I do have a difference, so I do actually think it is possible the moon is flat. It's nothing but a reflection or a disk. Because you got to remember, it's also with the narrative under Christianity that the moon is basically, or not, because it's under philosophy, but it is kind of based off of Christianity as well, that the moon is a reflection of the sun, that Satan, the evil ones, Satan has to mimic. He can't produce his own light. So that's why the moon is just a reflection of the sun, which is the bright, and it's the lights, the true, and all this other things, right? The Satan cannot create anything real. He's just a mimicker, a copycatter, right? He cannot produce anything really creative on his own originality. That everything has to be mimicked, right? So that's why, it's more of a fake, false, artificial stuff. So that's another reason is, so I think that the Earth could be possibly round. So you ask, why would the Christians write that? Well, Jeffrey Daughtry, the Christian whistleblower, he says that, he said he has some kind of narrative. I couldn't quite follow what he's saying, though. He tries to explain that there's a lot of spiritual reasons why they did that to make you fall for, God, I can't remember what he said it was. Oh, geez, he kind of reaches out there, but he does have some points. So anyway, so why would they say it's flat? Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Then again, always, because there's always the spiritual slant. Well, our way is the right way, and yours is the wrong way, and also pit you against each other. Well, that's NASA science. They're saying it's round. We're saying it's flat. And then NASA says that, or something else means this. Like, let's say, I don't know. It's always, well, they're scientists, but they're not spiritual. So science versus the spiritual world, right? And they actually could work in congruency. That's what they should have done, because that's what Tesla was trying to do. He was trying to move, he said the day that the greatest advancements in technology or anything, didn't say this technology, said, and science will be the day that that mankind understands, it learns more about the spiritual world. And that's what it, right? So that was what I'm thinking. I'm going to have to do this video to this, that the next level, that we're in the third dimension here, and the fourth level is probably combining higher aspects of that spiritual world, more melding into our reality and things like that, but not this whole new age garbage where they're like 100% one way or the other. See, that's the thing is we got to understand that I almost like the theory of everything. The theory of everything is that anything we possibly can imagine is a reality. And that's why I said we got to be careful, because anything we think or think, it's one step ahead of us. I told you, it's one step ahead of you. So if you start going down that rabbit hole, you're going to get lost, because it's going to throw everything it can to make you convinced that is the truth. It's like eating these flat earthers. Then that's another, it's a distraction. You note it and you move on, because these guys are spending night and day. I saw these guys, some of them, they're debating the same guys. I'm sure they had high professional jobs, and they're spending their lunches and nights, everything focused on whether the earth is flat or round, and arguing back and forth, and why I brought this in, and you argue with that, versus actually seeking about working on things about becoming a better person, learning who you are, what your role is here, what your script is, and just being, fine tuning and focusing on yourself and doing what you need to do here to help us on this mission, also to become more in tune with the spiritual world, right? So, it just goes on. So, anyway, so that's my spiel, my old the flat versus round debatey. Whether it's true or not, I really don't give a crap. I'm serious. I've moved beyond that. That's like arguing with your neighbor has around that we're living in our house is my house, round or circular. When just because it had, seriously. Who cares? You're here. See, that's where my mother fixed me in the Mandela effect, because when I first found the Mandela effect, there was no videos or anything out there, and I was out of my mind and couldn't take it. I said I got moved to another earth where I'm at. And so my mother, she wasn't convinced at first. Now she knows. She knows. But at first I'm like, God, Mom. I said, where am I? I said, man, something's happened. This ain't my original earth. And I said, I can't explain it, because there's only 2 videos even on YouTube at that time. So I was like, I'm confused. I don't know what's going on here. And I said, John F. Kennedy, this, I said, I even before somebody called it Mandela effect. I'm like, why are they saying, why is there 4 down there saying 6 before anybody did a YouTube video on it? I learned from just looking and observing. I said, man, something's not right here. Well, anyway, so my point is what is my point? My point is that, oh my God, I lost my thought. Well, anyway, that's what she said. My mother goes, I said, Mom, she goes, well, you're alive, aren't you? And you're breathing right. I said, yeah. And she goes, well, then what are you making such a big stink about it, Kirk? I said, well, I got to figure out what's going on. So she was right in the aspect that I needed to calm down, because I was out of my mind. Start focusing, asking questions. Why? What's the purpose? What's behind this? And that's when I found it's the Great Awakening by our God and Creator. It's a reset and all these other things. And that's why, thank goodness. Then the Lord came along, I told you, and he really woke me up. He put the nail in my coffin and said, he came to me one morning here. He said, hey, Kirk, man, this is what's happening. And, we're not being raptured today. And it's a long story. But I said, oh my gosh, Lord, you kidding me, bud? I said, this is all real. And he's like, yes, it's real. And then they played that song. It's going down for real for me, right? And also the Holy Spirit, I forget. And by the way, just so you should pray to the Holy Spirit. I just told a sister in Kentucky that the Holy Spirit is part of this game as well, right? That's very important to acknowledge the Holy Spirit, pray for the Holy Spirit to guide you, because sometimes I get busy. It sounds great. I'll say, hey, Holy Spirit, please pray for me that and send that for me, because I get kind of busy, so remind me to do these things or this and that. So say, Holy Spirit. And we're not talking about the Catholic possession Holy Spirit, the guiding Holy Spirit. To me, there's 2 different types of Holy Spirits. One that'll read you, stick you straight down to hell, and the other one where it's just kind of little information and guidance to the Holy Spirit. So you got to be careful with that one. I'm not kidding. Some of the Catholic Holy Spirit, that thing is like boom, it's like demonically possessed, and you're gonna get destroyed with that damn thing. So anyway, so yeah, so then I'll say, pray for that and pray for the people that, and stuff like that. So, so that I'll do that. And it's okay to pray for yourself too. I'll pray for myself. Please, help me become a better knowledgeable, and help friends and stuff, or help me just get out of the situation, right? So anyway, that's my spiel. God bless and love you all. I'm going to try to figure out how to stop this thing now that broke it 2 parts.